Hello everybody and welcome to the Pro-Life San Francisco Walk for Life meetup. So Pro-Life San Francisco is a millennial and Gen Z led activist organization dedicated to this cause of standing up and speaking out for anyone who's pregnant and their children, making sure that families are given the support and dignity that they deserve. So we're going to hear from a few speakers. First, I'd like to bring up to the front, Jazzy Milton.
Jazzy!
Hi, as Robert said, my name is Jazzy Milton, and I'm here on behalf of Pro-Life San Francisco. And I just wanted to share something really short with you guys today. I know sometimes some of the people that are watching this, especially if you follow Pro-Life San Francisco, you're like, wow, they do things like get arrested at sit-ins, you know, and things of that nature. And some of that might feel a little intimidating to you. I would hate for you to think, oh, I can't do those protests, I can't do that, so I'm just going to sit on the sidelines. But there are so many ways that you can still join in on the cause. Some of that means volunteering, finding a pro-life pregnancy center in your city or town, even one in San Francisco. We have one called Alpha that is incredible.
Yeah.
You can volunteer there and support pregnant people that come in. If you want to do things like activism and join in marches, you can do that here too, where you're not going to get arrested. You can hold a sign and silently protest. There are so many different ways, even if it's just posting on social media, that you can join in and fight. Every part of it matters. Your voice matters. If you can't do things like stand in front of UCSF every day, you can still make a difference and you can still join in this cause. People need to see that the pro-life community is more than just, you know, a white Republican cause or something. They need to see it's women-led and men-led and people of color and of all areas of political beliefs. We need your voice no matter how it comes. So find a way. DM us at Pro-Life San Francisco. Reach out if you're like, hey, I'm worried about certain ways, but I want to find some way I can plug in, and we will help you. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yes, Jazzy!
Emma, would you like
Yeah,
to share
sure,
a few
I'll
words?
share.
All right, perfect.
Yeah,
I'll do a
thank
sign
you.
for you.
Yeah. I'm Emma Craig. I'm from Vallejo, California. I am 36 years old. I'm a public high school teacher, and I'm involved in this movement because of Pro-Life San Francisco and realizing that you don't have to fit the bill of a typical pro-life person to be pro-life. And you can be pretty alternative, you can be pretty opinionated, or you can be not opinionated. You can stand quietly for 40 days in a row praying. You can get arrested. We have a yogi with us from India. I mean, that's freaking awesome. So Pro-Life San Francisco has a really diverse group, and I'm here because I care about women and I care about the unborn. And Roe versus Wade is probably going to get overturned. This is a super exciting time. Yeah. And in California, this is a place where Gavin Newsom is trying to make it like an abortion destination. And we're not going to have that.
No.
I mean, and we're a small group of pro-lifers. This is like a David and Goliath situation, but it's these grassroots organizations that really do have power. And like Jazzy was saying, all of our different roles, whether loud or quiet, black or white, young or old, there's a place for all of us. And this is a tree with many branches. And I'm super excited for this year to come.
Hi, my name is Lori, and I'm a volunteer at Alpha Clinics. And I am pro-life because at 15 I was pregnant and faced with that difficult situation. And I'll tell you what, having a child was difficult, scratching our way out of poverty was difficult, but it was all worth it. I'm here to say that choosing life affects generations, and it enhanced my family, and we're all pro-life. And so I would just like to say thank you to all those today who are walking for life.
I'm Andrea Smith, and I grew up, and my parents had me marching the Walk for Life ever since I was little. So I just wanted to say, as a parent, get your kids involved. Teach them that no matter how big, how small a child is, it matters. They matter. And you have to choose life. Because if you don't, if you judge, oh, this matters, there goes equity out the window.
Yeah.
And you have your kids, if they know that every life matters, they will see every individual. They'll see the homeless on the street. They matter.
Yeah.
The baby in the womb that's kicking, they matter. Every life matters. And your children need to know this, your friends need to know this, your sphere of influence needs to know that people matter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether you're on the left side of the political spectrum or the right side of the political spectrum, we all believe in accurate representation.
Yeah.
It is important for us to tell our representatives, no matter how how much of an arduous effort you think it might be to change their mind, their minds will not change on abortion unless we let them know what our minds are on it.
That's right.
We want to make sure that they hear us. Here in San Francisco, we have a state senator by the name of Scott Wiener. And in the lower house, the assembly, we have the city split in half. The left half of San Francisco, the left half is represented by Phil Ting. The right half is actually a vacant seat. One thing that we need to call his office about, like as soon as we get home, all next week, is something that sounds very boring, the state budget. Who wants to hear about the budget?
Boring!
Right. So a couple weeks ago, on January 10th, our governor, Gavin Newsom, had a press conference where he announced his proposed budget, what he wants the legislature to just rubber stamp. Included in it, $60 million for abortion initiatives. And to be clear, $20 million of that money is supposed to go to medical students as loan payoffs and scholarships if they promise that they will do abortions in their future careers.
Absolutely terrible.
Bill actually is also not just in terms of a relevant role to us, our representative. He is the leader of the budget committee, the chairman of the Assembly Budget Committee. So it's even more of an amazing opportunity for us to influence somebody who's essentially like at the top of, the small group of people who will or won't rubber stamp Governor Newsom's plan.
Can we call Phil Ting if we're not in his district?
Yeah, being the chairman of the budget committee, it makes it so he wants to hear from people throughout the state. So it'll still be relevant for you to call him, but be sure that you go to find your rep, R-E-P, .ca.gov. Just plug in your address and you'll be able to find your specific state senator and also state assembly member from the lower house of the legislature. That's one thing everyone can do from home. Call Phil Ting, call your representative as well to urge a change in the budget and to vote against Senate Bill 245. There's a lot more info on that online. Again, to bring it back to the heart of the matter, this is because we don't want money that's supposed to be for the public good, for the public benefit, for healthcare, to be wasted on life-ending elective procedures that devastate the community and create horrible, horrible wounds that last for generations, for lifetimes. Life dismemberment must end! Life dismemberment must end!
Life dismemberment must end! Life dismemberment must end!
Forceps!
Off their bodies!
Poison!
Off their bodies!
Your laws!
Off their bodies!
Forceps!
Off their bodies!
Poison!
Off their bodies!
Your laws!
Off their bodies!
We are pro-life! We are pro-life! We are
pro-life! We are pro-life!
Thank you guys!